y'all. What y'all got going on? No, wait. I'm doing some work. My baby said, you about to eat that? No, baby. I'm doing some work. I love y'all. Let me just stay on live. What? Nope. Here you go. Hey Stormy, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well, darling. Busy? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as you balance. Ain't nothing wrong with you being busy. As long as you're balanced, baby, okay? That's all that really matters. I am doing a sweetener jar. I was like, let me go live because my cousins may have some questions about sweetener jars or honey jars or sugar jars or attraction jars. They go by many names, but today I am doing a sweetener jar for myself. I am putting myself in the jar, okay? I am putting myself in the sweetener jar. And I said I was gonna post a message because ain't nobody else supposed to go in a sweetener jar but yourself, okay? That's it. Nobody else is supposed to go in the sweetener jar but you. You know, on some real shit, if you gotta make a motherfucker be sweet to you, you know, like if you gotta put your girl in there or your guy in there to make a motherfucker be sweet to you, then that's a problem. First of all, it's fucking with someone's free will, okay? All of us got choices, and if a person is not naturally choosing to be sweet and to be kind and to be loving to you, especially if they're your motherfucking partner, you need much more than a sweetener jar, okay? You need much more than a sweetener jar. Seriously. Hey, Sarah. Thursday blessings. Welcome to the live. Hey, T-Sack. This is a one-woman show, my love. I don't do all the battles and shit like that, you know. I miss seeing you on live. Well, you must not be getting my notification because I was on live earlier this week. I've been going live maybe once or twice during the week. So make sure you interact with my content, and so TikTok will send you the notification to make sure you get the notification when I go live. What you need? Oh, okay. On this beautiful day today, on our quick energy check-in, been trucking queen. I know that's right. Safe travels to you, Sarah. That one. Oh shit, y'all. Safe travels to you, Sarah. That one. Get to it, baby. Okay. My phone done fell out the damn tripod. We back. Let's scoot that over a little bit. Scoot my chair over a little bit. There we go. That's much better. So yes, I'm doing a Sweetener Jar today. So I was just, going live while I'm doing my little Sweetener Jar. Y'all know, I done lost my train of thought. Yes, back to what I was saying. Shouldn't nobody go in the Sweetener Jar but yourself. You shouldn't have to put nobody else in a Sweetener Jar. The purpose of a Sweetener Jar is to make you more magnetic, make you more attractive, make your aura more inviting, to attract more money, more opportunities, more generous people into your experience, into your aura, and things of that nature. So I'm going to share with y'all today, of course. So the first thing is always make sure you're going to cleanse your space, baby. Always make sure you're going to cleanse your space. Maybe you're an incense, sage, Palo Santo. Right now I am burning some cinnamon. And I got an incense going, of course. So make sure you cleanse your space. After you've cleansed your space, of course you set your intentions. What is your intentions for your Sweetener Jar, right? My intentions for my Sweetener Jar is to increase and magnetize my abundance, my power, my sensuality, so that is the purpose of my Sweetener Jar, is to magnetize and intensify my aura, my energy, my spirit, to make me more attractive and receptive to blessings, opportunities, generous people, open doors, open windows, and open peepholes of the highest vibration. So that is the purpose of my Sweetener Jar today. So all you need is a jar, maybe not a jar this big, okay? I got an apple, of course. What I did before I came on camera, now you don't have to have an apple, okay? So, I got an apple, and inside this apple is my petition, okay? Inside this apple is my declaration. So I wrote my name 3 times. And then you're going to turn it counterclockwise, and intuitively you're going to write what you are calling in. More abundance. I want people to be more generous to me. I want to get my lunch and my dinner paid for. I want to get unexpected money. It doesn't matter. The universe is limitless. So don't limit what you want to sweeten in and magnetize coming toward you. So here's an apple. And here's my petition. You don't need a jar this big, but this is what I have right now. So here's my jar. The jar has been cleansed. The space has been cleansed. And so now we place now you don't gotta have an apple, y'all. Okay? You do not have an apple. You can just have your jar. And whatever intuitively you feel led to add to your jar, right? So there's my jar, all cleansed and sanitized. And I'm gonna add a few things. One of the things that I'm going to add is coffee. If you know you know, in the spiritual community, in the ancestral, the power of coffee. Okay, coffee is a herb that brings in prosperity, brings in abundance, brings in protection. Okay, also brings in money. Right, so one of the first herbs that I'm going to add to my sweetened jar is coffee. So I like to put the herbs in my hand because I like to hold them in my hand. My hands are energy. I like to speak into them, and then I sprinkle them in a jar. So let me hold this down. Can y'all see? Can y'all see, Rich Cousins? Okay. So here's my jar. All right, I'm going to add some coffee. Your left hand is your receptive hand. Your left hand is what you receive. So you'll see me using my left hand a lot. So I'm going to pour some coffee in my left hand. I'm going to close my left hand. And I'm going to speak those intentions into my left hand. I affirm and declare and decree, I come in agreement and with gratitude that the herb and the spirit of coffee increases and magnetizes my energy and my aura for generous people, unexpected opportunities, abundance in multi-dimensional, high vibrational ways. Ashe. You know, and I'm just going to sprinkle my motherfucking coffee. You see, instantly it filled up the apple, of course. Okay, and so I'm going to sprinkle my coffee. Sprinkle my coffee. Yes, yes. And y'all, another great conjuring trick is, hey, Nay, another great conjuring trick is, y'all, wash your hands with salt if you want to bring in money, and then go back in with coffee. So I'm going to leave this coffee on my hand. Hey, Nay. I'm just sharing my sweetening jar, one of my sweetening jars recipe, okay? I was just talking to my rich ass cousins, you know, because I see so many people on TikTok talking about they put him in a jar and they put her in a jar, and really that's against spiritual law. You're not supposed to put anyone in a jar except yourself. You're not supposed to interfere with anyone's free will. You know, one of the things that we all have, that the Most High God, that the universe has granted us, is free will. And free will means that we have choices. And if someone is choosing not to be sweet to you, if someone is choosing not to be kind to you, if someone is choosing not to be loving to you, how dare you put them in a jar and make them? That is not up to you, you know. And so today I'm sharing how I put myself, and this is not my first jar. I'm going to go get a couple of my jars. Hold on, y'all. Yes, free will. Okay. Hey, Chrissy Love 55. Welcome to the Hood Sanctuary, Rich Cousin. I'm your favorite mystic, spiritual hood mystic. Okay, today I'm just sharing a little bit of my witch and conjuring hoodoo tips. Right now we are talking about a sweetened jar. I'm actually demonstrating, I'm doing a new sweetened jar live right in front of y'all, but these are some of my previous sweetening jars. So your sweetening jar could be as big as this or as small as this. Okay, and the purpose of a sweetening jar, a sugar jar, a honey jar, an attraction jar is to magnetize your energy, magnetize your abundance, magnetize your prosperity, make your aura so motherfucking powerful and beautiful and magnetic that the universe and the world and the people around you have no choice but to pour that energy, pour that love, pour that money into you. And so this is what we are talking about today in the Hood Sanctuary. I know y'all always used to me pulling cards and us tapping into the energy, and we definitely may do that too. Of course, if y'all, we'll talk about that after this, okay? But we getting into the sweetening jar, so I just want to let y'all know this, I do this shit, okay? So, and these don't have an apple in it, okay? This one doesn't have an apple in it, and if I'm mistaken, this one doesn't have an apple in it either, okay? But yes, today I'm doing a sweetening jar. The reason that I chose Thursday, I love this. I was actually thinking about doing one for myself. Hey, Brandy, welcome to the live, Rich Cousin. Okay, the reason that I am doing a sweetening jar on Thursday, and I always say intuitively, trust how you are led. The reason I am doing a Sweetener Jar on Thursday, because Thursday is ruled by the planet of Jupiter. And for those who don't know, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. Jupiter is the planet of luck. Jupiter is the planet of the right place and the right time and the right opportunity with the right intentions. You can call in anything into your universe, okay? So this is why today I am deciding to put myself in a Sweetener jar, to put myself in a honey jar, to put myself in a magnetizing jar, all right? Hey, Rich Cousins, welcome in. Good afternoon. Last 99RR, he chose me. Welcome in, Rich family. Today we talking about Sweetener jars, because what I need my Rich Cousins to know is that you don't put nobody in a Sweetener jar but your motherfucking self, okay? We ain't talking about protection magic right now. We talking about you, okay? And I see a lot on social media where people are putting other people in the Sweetener jar, and that is against spiritual law, okay? If that man ain't being sweet to you by choice, you cannot go against his free will and make him. If that woman ain't being sweet to you by choice, you can't put them in a jar and make them. That's going against their free will, and you will occur karma. It will be consequences behind you putting somebody else in a Sweetener jar besides yourself, okay? So now that we've got that out the way, I've already started with an apple. Inside this apple is my petition, all right? So write your name 3 times, perfectly brown paper, turn it counterclockwise, and once you turn it counterclockwise, write across your name what you are attracting in, what you are magnetizing: abundance, opportunities, financial windfall, generous people, the universe pouring into you. The universe is limitless, okay, and full of endless possibilities. So go in, all right? My first herb I've put in the Sweetener jar is coffee, all right? And for those who don't know, coffee is a great herb for money magic. Coffee is a great herb for prosperity. Coffee is a great herb to open up roads. So our first herb is coffee, okay? All right, our next herb we're going to use, of course, let me get this jar. Hold up, y'all. It's some bay leaves. If you know, then you know, okay? If you know, then you know. We all know about the power of bay leaves, okay? And so I hold all my herbs in my left hand, because your left hand is your receptive hand. And before any herb hit this jar, I'm speaking into this herb. You know, I affirm, I declare, I decree with gratitude that these bay leaves increase, magnetize, and amplify my aura, my beautiful energy, bringing into me generous people, opportunities, unexpected money, paid bookings, free trips. I mean, just speaking into it, and we're going to crunch that up in that left hand, and we're going to sprinkle. Let me pull this down some more so y'all can see. And we're going to sprinkle. Sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle me, baby. And we're going to sprinkle those bay leaves in that jar. Yes, we love it. We love it, okay? We ain't done. We done. Y'all get creative with your jars, baby. This is you. This is you, honey, okay? And so after the basil, you know, let me get my little handy dandy herb kit. We're going to add some star anise, of course, but we're going to add some aphla, okay? If you don't know, then you know. We're going to also add some rosemary. Oh, my herbs turned the wrong way, y'all. And I should have had everything out, but I did not. We're also going to add some basil, okay? Hold up. Hold up. Hang it. So we're going to add some cinnamon, okay? We're going to add some alpha. All right, if y'all don't know, this is a great money herb. So we just going to get into it. Once again, grab your herb. Okay, herbs are spirits. Spirits hold energy in your hand. Once again, what do you want this herb to do for you? You want it to increase your money. You want it to bring financial opportunities. You want it to open roads to opportunities that align to your highest vibration. You're going to speak into those herbs. Remember, you are the altar. You are the conjurer. Everything else that we are doing, these are just added tools to our magic, okay? So once again, sprinkle me, baby. You're gonna sprinkle those herbs. And y'all, I know y'all pretty much get where I'm going with this, right? So you can use as many herbs as you want, right? So we use alafa, I always pronounce it round, to bring in financial abundance and opportunity. Of course, we're gonna add some cinnamon directly in there. I think I'm gonna stick a piece right there on that apple. Absolutely, okay. We're gonna add some cloves. Cloves are for protection. So I got my cloves over here. Okay, do I have my cloves? I think my cloves are in the kitchen. All right, we're gonna also add some basil. We're gonna add some basil. Once again, herbs in your left hand because your left hand is your receptive hand. Speak into the spirit of basil. Always give gratitude. But speak into the spirit of basil because it's going to bring in that money, that prosperity, that abundance, some opportunities in gratitude. Ashe, and sprinkle me, baby. Yeah, sprinkle me, baby. Don't be scared, okay? I'm going to get some. I appreciate you, Holly. Just showing my rich cousins how I do a sweetener jar on myself. Because, baby, if I got to put a man or a woman in a sweetener jar to make them be kind and nice to me, we got bigger motherfucking issues, okay? So, once again, let me go grab the cloves. Because cloves, for me, are really important in a sweetener jar because cloves are for protection. And you want your jar protected, the energy protected. You don't want any interference, okay? So let me go get my clothes. Let me go get my clothes. Okay. So yes, we're gonna add some cloves to the mix. And I got secret ingredients I can't tell y'all, but y'all get it. You know, I'm gonna add a few cloves. Once again, I'm gonna hold them in my hand. I'm gonna speak into these cloves, bring protection. May no negativity, may no harm, may no outside energy interfere with the magnetism of my abundance, of my sweetened jar. As this jar has already begun en route to bring and magnetize my energy, my aura, my offerings. Okay, you feel me? So we gonna go ahead, matter of fact, we're gonna put one of them clothes right on top. Hey, Mr. Silver Fox. We're gonna put them clothes, then we're gonna add a couple around. Yes, yes. We love it. You know, and then of course, I got real rose petals right here. So we got some rose petals. I freeze my rose petals. We're gonna add some rose petals. You know, we're gonna break them up a little bit. Break those rose petals up a little bit for love and, you know, sweetness, of course. So, you know, we're going to add these rose petals right into our jar. Oh, my God, look at it. It's already looking beautiful, okay? Let your inner child just go wow. Let your inner child go wow, okay? Can y'all see my jar? Oh, look at her. Look at her. Come on now, what you can't say? She taking it, honey. Get all those rose petals there. Oh my God, she's looking fucking phenomenal. She's smelling so fucking amazing. You feel me? So we gonna I get those roses all around my apple, you know. Yes. So my apple is in the center. Can y'all see that? Yes. So I add roses just for love and to sweeten up my intentions, okay? We're going to add some marigold. Yes, yes. Yes, we are. I love this flower, okay? We're going to add some of marigold. Oh, my goodness. Yes, bring in the abundance, the beauty. Gonna add that. And our last and final, I have two more that I'm going to add, okay? So finish this off. We're gonna add some star anise, okay? We're gonna add some star anise. We ain't done yet. Let me put my herbs back in here, okay? Got a couple roses over there. Now, this is the little added part. One of my secret ingredients is bank dirt, okay? One of my secret ingredients, baby, is bank dirt. Yes, bank dirt, honey, okay? Yes, go to you a little bank. That Wells Fargo you be going to and shit. Go on, park your car, okay? They charge you enough fees. Go on, get you a little bank dirt. Once again, bank dirt is in my left hand, okay? Bank dirt is in my left hand. I affirm, I declare and decree, I come in agreement with the ancestors of the universe, baby, that this bank dirt is bringing in all forms of currency and streams of income into my life, my business, my home, my family. Not just in the form of money, because it's coming in the millions of money too, but it's coming in generous people. It's coming in opportunities. It's coming in aligned friendships. It's coming in paid services. It's coming in a regulated nervous system. Ashe, amen, namaste. We gonna sprinkle me, baby. Yes, we're gonna sprinkle some of that bank dirt in there. Okay, all right. I got my mustard seed in my left hand today, thanks to you. You better keep it, baby. Speaking of mustard seeds, you already know what fucking time it is. We're gonna add some mustard seeds to this sweetener jar, baby, okay? We're gonna add, and guess what? We only need one. They're so tiny. We only need one. We only need faith as small as a mustard seed. That our intentions, our inspired action, every herb that we've spoken into, conjuring with our beloved answers, this is all we need. Ooh, woo! That's the magic on top with the mustard seed, okay? We're gonna finish this off with some gold flakes. What you mean? Luxury. Oh, left hand. We're gonna finish this off with some gold flakes. Holding my left hand, of course. You know, gold just gives expensive. It gives luxury. Okay, it gives a feel good. You know, like me some gold. So I'm gonna sprinkle that gold in there. Yes, okay. Now, good part. You can use honey. You can use whatever sweetener you're going to use, okay? I like to use sweetener. That's the color of me. We're using some brown sugar. I don't like using the white sugar. You can. You know, it's just a personal preference for me. But I'm going to use brown sugar, okay? I got to get this open. Okay, they done taped everything closed. God dang. I'm going to use brown sugar, baby, okay? We already wasting it. No herb goes to waste. No spice goes to waste. Every herb and every spice has a spiritual property that can help you in your protection work, that can help you in your manifestation work, that can help you in your conjuring work. Every herb and every spice, okay? If y'all didn't know, now y'all know. So now we're going to get into this brown sugar. I want a lot of this, okay? I ain't going to need a lot. I want to sweeten me up. Sweeten me up. So, you know, we're going to grab this brown sugar. I'm going to use a lot of this. Of course, I'm going to hold my hands closed, my left hand. I'm going to affirm, I'm going to declare and decree that this brown sugar makes spiritual hood mystic more sweeter, more magnetizing, aura so much more attractive. That every door that I go in, every live that I do, every video that I post, everyone that comes into contact with me is enamored by my beauty, my energy, my frequency. And it makes them want to pour into me more. It makes them want to give to me more. Sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle me, baby. You know. Goddess Tracy says, look up 42 ideas of Matt, positive and negative confessions of the Egyptian Genesis. I feel you. You know, right now it's on a sweetening jar, my love. You feel me? So we're going to add this brown sugar, y'all. And don't be afraid, okay? With your sugar, with your honey. All right, we're going to, baby, when I tell you. All right. Yes. We're going to sweeten her up so good. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Love it. I think that's enough. I think that may do it, you know. And so, y'all know I'm on my desk. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of my brown sugar. I'm going to put it in this jar, okay? She's looking gorgeous. She's looking gorgeous. Hey, rich cousins, welcome to the live. Today we have completed a sweetening jar. I've showed my rich cousins the tools, the techniques, the intentions, and the inspired actions that I set, right? But we are not quite done yet. Oh no, we are not quite finished yet, okay? So I'm going to add just a little honey, right? I'm not going to add a lot of honey. I'm going to add a little honey. Why? Because some people say honey makes it go slow. But for me, honey makes shit stick to you. I want the money to stick to me. I want the opportunities to stick to me. I want the generous people to stick to me. I don't want nothing to come and leave. I want it to come and stay. And I want it to come and stay. And I want it to be multiplied and magnetized in multi-dimensional ways. Okay? Does it have to be on a Thursday? No, Sarah, it does not have to be done on a Thursday. You do not have to have all the herbs and the spices that I had. This is just what my spirit led me. My spirit said, hey, it is Thursday. Thursday is Venus Day. Thursday is Jupiter Day. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, opportunity, and expansion, right? And so I just followed my spirit. Now, let me go get my little honey. Let me get my little honey. Get my little honey. Okay. Okay, we're back. So I got my honey, right? You can't pour honey in your hand. Maybe you can. So my intention with honey, y'all know I got coffee on my hand. Oh, those are my numeric codes. And I got all the herbs in my left hand. So I'm going to take some honey, y'all. This is what I do. You damn right. Absolutely. I affirm and declare the decree that every intention that I set and everything that I did will stick to me like honey. Will stick to me like honey. What? Oh, hell no. Get that little paper out of there. I put a little. Yes. Love it. Y'all see that? I had to use this big jar. So, because I am a water sign, y'all see that bubbling? Yeah. Yes. Water holds memory and frequency. And I affirm, I declare and decree that I receive easily and effortlessly every intention set, every inspired action, every affirmation spoken in gratitude and appreciation. Ashe. Okay. Then, of course, you can sit your candle on top, right? But I'm not sitting my candle on top. I'm going to pour wax over my candle, okay? So, a candle that's already been set with intentions. We just go. While speaking, seal the deal. And I'm using red because red is fire, fast, moving energy. Ashe. Amen. Namaste. And then let this dry. And every time you walk past it, shake it. Give it a little shake. You know? I put mine on my altars. Sometimes I even sit them in the window so the sun can hit them. You know? Give them a little shake. And that's pretty much how I do my Sweetener Jar. The wax is not quite dry all the way, so let's drip a little more. And then once this wax dries, I already put water, Sarah. Yes, baby. Water is in here, but I didn't put as much. So water is definitely in there. Programmed water at that. You know? And See, I didn't want this one to be as wet. I wanted this one, because I got my apple in here, to be more sticky, to be more stuck, right? So every time I walk past it, I'm going to shake it. I'm going to give gratitude for it. And like I said, this is one that's filled up with water. So definitely use water. This is a small one, and this one has nothing but honey. Okay? This one has nothing but honey. So these are different sweetened jars, you all. All right? And I'm going to upload this little quick video to my YouTube, but these are different sweetened jars. Okay? Definitely you can travel with it, Sarah, especially if you get you a little small jar like this. You can travel with it. It can easily be in your truck. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely travel with it. But these are 3 sweetened jars, okay? I'm new. What's the YouTube? Stephanie, the YouTube is in the link in my bio, baby. If you go to the link in my bio, I got a couple links. One of them will take you to my YouTube, okay? And I will upload this so y'all can see the other herbs that I put in, the other spices that I put in, the intentions that I set, the hand that I use, because the hands that you use, the affirmations that you use, the space, the herbs, all of this is very important because you are the conjurer. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. And these are 3 different sweetened jars, money jars, magnetizing jars, okay? And one of the things I want to share y'all, you welcome my love, before y'all do these jars, one of the things that I learned on my journey is that you got to make sure you don't have any blocks in your way, okay? And what do I mean about that? Before you put yourself in a honey jar, I want you to sit with yourself and think about your relationship with money, with abundance, with lack and scarcity. Because before Rich Cousin, as your favorite mystic messenger, I advise you to put yourself in a honey jar. I advise you to release all blocks, release all lack and scarcity mindset, beliefs, and behaviors. Literally, before you do your sweetened jar, you can do a release ritual. Before you do your sweetened jar, you know, you can write you in a petition. And within that petition, I affirm, I declare, I decree, in agreement with my benevolent ones, that I release lack and scarcity beliefs. I release blocks internally. I release whatever you feel intuitively led. Go ahead and do that release petition first, and then follow up with your sweetened jar. You know, and that's just for me personally, kind of like a to know that your work is going to work. You know, and so like I said, these are 3 different sweetened jars. Y'all see I always use red candles as my sealer on my jars, and just because the color red, fire, fast, bring it to me, you know. And you can get fucking wild with the herbs and the spices and the sweeteners that you want to add. So these are my 3 sweetener jars. Y'all see they all different. This is the one I made today with my apple. Has not much water in it at all. If y'all can see at the bottom, not much water in it at all. This one is actually filled to the top. Okay, and this one is just honey, y'all. So just, you know, get a little creative with it. Trust your intuition with it. Don't get consumed by social media and seeing what this spiritual is doing and what this spiritual is doing, because you are a spiritualist. You are a conjurer. Okay, you are an alchemist. When do you dispose of them? I actually don't dispose of them. And if I do dispose of them, it will be after certain, I don't, honestly, I ain't gonna even lie, Stephanie, I do not dispose of them. Because me being magnetized and attractive, I want this my entire human experience. I want to attract those relationships, those opportunities, those streams of income, my entire human experience. So I do not dispose of them. Like I said, they go on my altar. They go in my window. Some of them I even keep next to my plants, because plants bring in abundance and love and prosperity and joy. So I never dispose of them. Now, the thing with this jar is that this apple is going to only last for so long. So what I'm going to do actually with this jar is that I'm going to add more, because the apple is gonna get rotten, right? We're gonna keep it real in spell work, and when anything get rotten, you have to dispose of it. And because I use this Sweetener Jar for social media, you know what I'm saying, I'm probably going to get rid of this one. But these two, I've had this one for 2 years. I've had this one for over a year. So I just would keep them, as long as you alive. You know what I'm saying? I would just keep them. But this one, I'm probably gonna dispose of it in a few days. No doubt. Okay, y'all. So listen, y'all got any questions about Sweetener Jars? Let me know before we end this live. I'm gonna make sure I upload this on YouTube, and then I will be back and we will be pulling cards. Okay, we're gonna tap into the energy, whether your spirit guides, your ancestors, your higher self, the confirmation that you need. I also will be doing live readings. Okay, y'all, it's Thirsty Thursday, so live readings only $10.10, baby. Everybody got a 10 somewhere. Okay, collective reading, y'all know I'm doing it free of charge. I don't need anything but reciprocity. Like, share, and comment on the live. But I'm gonna clean this up, I'm gonna reset the space, and then I will be back. Stephanie said what time? Stephanie, it is 4:08. I will be back live at 5:55, my love. I will be back live at 5:55 for collective message and personal messages. Okay, so yes, I'll be back live. I'm gonna get this. I'm working on mine as you reset. Yes, Nay. Okay, and Nay, share it with us. Share it and tag me in it so I can repost it in my story. Okay, Nay. So share it with us and tag me in it. Matter of fact, let me go and do some shaking before we get off live. Tag me in it, Nay. Okay. So I can repost it on my TikTok story or my Instagram story, wherever you do it. Just tag me in it so other people can see your spirit, so other people can see your Sweetener Jar. Okay, I needed this, my beautiful sister. Well, you know what I'm saying, spirit told me to. I never really get on doing work, but spirit is guiding me to share more of my workings. I'm about to have a beautiful more space where I could do more working online. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay, y'all, so go get your tea, go get your drink. It's 4:09. Oh, I'll be back at 4:44. I'm not gonna need a whole hour to reset, so I'll be back at 4:44. We're going to get a collective message, collective confirmation. Okay, and then also the live will be open for personal readings. I didn't hear you when you said when the fruit is rotten. Okay, so just like physically, for me spiritually, when the fruit is rotten, that means that it's gone bad, right? So when I see the apple rotten, I'm going to dispose of this. And how I'm going to dispose of it, I'm going to put it in the ground. My intentions is still shit. The Sweetener Jar is still together. I'm going to bury it actually in the dirt and give it back to the earth. Every herb that's in here, every spice that's in here, every rose that's in here can be given back to the earth, and the earth can use it. The animals can use it. It can be multiplied and magnetized. You feel me? So the only time that I use apples, y'all, is when I know that I'm going to bury it, right? When I know I'm going to give it back to the earth. That is the only time I incorporate real fruit in my Sweetener Jar. Any other time is herbs, is spices, honey, and water, programmed water. But definitely this is something new, and so I'm gonna watch it very carefully over the next days. I give it 3 days max. I'm gonna keep it in the jar 3 days max, shaking it every day, and on that third day, which will be Sunday, I'm going to bury it in the earth. So yes, all right, y'all. I will be back at 4:44. If y'all need confirmation, clarity, inspiration, and encouragement, that next live will be for y'all. We're going to pull messages on my collective energy, and the live will be open for personal reasons. It's Thirsty Thursdays, $10.10. Hey, Angelette. So we're going to end this live, y'all. I'll be back at 4:44 on the dot. Not a minute late, not a minute too soon. Don't wait for TikTok to send you the notification, because sometimes they don't even send it to y'all. 4:44, I'll be here, y'all. I'm going to stop this live, edit it, and I'm going to make sure it gets uploaded to YouTube today, okay? I hope in some way that this helped my goddesses and my guys, all right? Who know that you are the magician, you are the conjurer, you are the alchemist, you are the altar. Anything that we desire, anything that we want, we can actually have. But sometimes it requires for us to let some shit go so some other shit can come in. This is why I say before you do your jars, release some shit, okay? Release some shit. Some mindset, beliefs, behaviors, the way that you, for some of y'all, I just heard Spirit say you need to spend some shit. For some of you, you need to spend some shit before you do your Sweetener Jar. You hold money too tight, like it's not gonna motherfucking come back. Money is energy, y'all. It wasn't meant to be saved, honestly. It was meant to be circulated. Everything that's in a circle comes back to you. Not just money, abundance, prosperity, just generous energy, kind energy. All that's energy. It all comes back to you. So some of y'all need to spend some. You know, that ain't your last 20. Spend that 20, you're going to get 100 more. You know, that ain't your last 100. Go spend that 100 intentionally and watch the universe multiply that 100 times fold. Some of you literally need to fucking spend it. And when you spend it with intention. You know, spend it in a small business. You know, spend it in something that's elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Spend it with the children. Spend it on something that brings out your inner child. Okay? But literally spend it intentionally, because it's going to come back to you. When we hold on to something, we stop and we delay the flow of more. Streams of income, currency, a bank, all go back to water. And in order for water to flow, it has to keep moving. It has to keep circulating. This is why you see so many millionaires and billionaires investing in this business, investing in this company, doing this here, because they know the more that you circulate, it comes back to you 100 times fold, okay? So, y'all, I'm going to end this live. I see y'all it's 4:14 on the clock. That's fucking confirmation, all right? 4:14 is confirmation of abundance, prosperity, stability, and security. And 1 is the energy of new beginnings. So, baby, if that ain't confirmation, I don't know what is. I'll see y'all in 30 minutes, 4:44 for our collective live. All right. And personal readings will be available. I'll see y'all in a minute.